going on, you guys? Does your snake have snake mites? Today, we're gonna learn how to get rid of them. Actually, a parasite. It's just like fleas for a dog or lice for a human. These guys will actually bury themselves underneath your reptile scales and latch onto their body and suck the blood out of them. This is not good because this can cause depression, lack of hunger, and dehydration. So when you see them, we gotta make sure we can get rid of them. This is actually a pain in the butt because these guys can live up to 3 weeks without a host. So we gotta make sure we clean the tank thoroughly and we clean our reptile thoroughly for the next 1 to 2 weeks. And hopefully we get rid of the problem and your reptile's back to being healthy. Let's do it. So there's a few things you're gonna need to actually get this process started. One, you're gonna need blue Dawn dish soap or palm olive. Make sure it's blue because this is specific for animals with oil spills and stuff, so it'll be friendly for your snake for a short period of time. Two, you're gonna need a container with a collapsible lid, like this, so the snake can't get out. And three, you're gonna need some room temperature water. Let's get to it. So the first thing you need to do is to diagnose your snake with snake mites. You need to look for stuff stuck under his scales. Be careful because sometimes this can be substrate, but if it's a bug, or if you can take it out with your fingernail and you can squeeze it and blood comes out, then that's a snake mite and we need to get rid of it ASAP. Step 2. You're going to take the palm olive or the Dawn dish soap that's blue and you're going to put a little bit in your hand and you're kind of just going to work it with the snake. Get it from its neck down, all the way down. Make sure you get around its vent, under its chin. Make sure it's covered in this soap. Not to the point that it's dripping off him, but just to the point that it's covering all his scales. And then you're going to put him in a container like this and let him sit there for about 20-25 minutes. Now that your snake is done soaking, we're actually going to put some water in the container, just about an inch, so the snake can sit in there for another 20-25 minutes, and this will hopefully end up killing off all the mites that are on the snake's body. So now that your snake is soaking in the water, we're going to clean out its tank. There's a few things you're going to need. You're going to need bleach, hot water, and paper towels. Now remember, bleach is super concentrated and super strong. So you're only going to do like a capful for like 4 or 5 cups. And that's strong. And we're going to clean out its whole enclosure and wipe everything down. Make sure you get in the nooks and crannies so that the eggs and all the mites will be gone and wiped out and be killed. And we don't have to worry about them again. Let's get to it. So this is Chaos's tank. He's actually in quarantine right now because of the mites. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to remove his plastic hide and plastic water bowl, disinfect those, and then we're going to get rid of all these paper towels and disinfect everything. I mean up here, under here, get in these little crannies in here. Make sure that there's no possible way mites can still live in here after we're done. We're going to take the bleach and we're just going to kind of cover everything inside and make sure we get everything, all the corners, all the cracks, everything. We need this tank to be spotless. So now that we got everything covered with the bleach solution, we're going to let everything sit for like 5-10 minutes and then we're going to clean everything up and then let the tank air out and then set it up for our snake. Now that the tank is done soaking, we're going to wipe it all up and then get it ready for our snake.
Damn, Sims, you made this.
Now that we're done cleaning up all the water and stuff from the tank, we're gonna lay down paper towels And that's what we're going to use for the substrate for the next couple weeks, because if there are mites, we'll be able to see them, and we'll also be able to see all the dead mites. So we put paper towels down as the substrate because if there's any mites still on the snake, we want to be able to see them. The dead ones come off the snake, we also want to see them. We also disinfected his hide and his Tupperware. This is not his main setup. This is just his quarantine setup because he's still new to the family. Now we're going to let the tank air out because we used bleach. So we got to make sure there's none of that leftover scent or even leftover bleach in the tank. So we're going to let this air out for another half hour, and then we're going to put our snake back in the tank and be ready to go. Now that the tank is aired out, it's time to add our boy Chaos back to the tank.
Damn, Sims, you made this.
There you guys go. You guys just did your very first snake mite treatment. Now remember, this isn't a one and done type process. You gotta do this for 1 to 2 weeks. Make sure they're all gone. I promise you, your snake will be a whole lot happier. Remember, this is Black Fusion Reptiles. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you next time.